Hello, this is Catherine from Accelerated Reader Reading Books for You. Today, I will be reading Chapter 23 from Anchen, The Story of a Butterfly by Surina Nel. Before I begin reading, I would like to give a big thanks to the author for sending me this book to read on my channel. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chapter 23. The ringing of the phone broke the afternoon silence. Everyone in the room looked at it as if it is a poisonous snake that will bite. Matt was the first to move. He picked up the phone and answered hesitantly. He listened while the person on the other end of the line speaks. He turned and looked at Lisa and mouthed the words, "They have found her." "Thank you, officer. Thanks for letting us know," he said. "They found her. She is fine. They are on their way back." Matt shared with the anxious group. Mona straightened up while a smile spread across her beautiful face. The color returned to her wings, and her face was glowing with excitement and relief. Tears of happiness lined her eyes. "They found her?" Mona said in disbelief. "She's coming home?" Matt nodded and encircled Mona in an embrace. Mona gazed at Rainer, who was silently standing at the window. Rainer wiped a tear running down his cheek and looked to see if anyone noticed. He caught her eye. She smiled and walked over to him. "They found our girl," she said. "She is coming home," she said softly and smiled. "I heard," Rainer said and smiled. Matt joined Mona and placed his arm on her tiny hips. He looked at Mona lovingly and then turned his attention to Rainer. "She will be so happy to see you. I know that she missed you terribly," Matt said. "Thank you for coming," he continued kindly. "I should have made a plan a long time ago," confessed Rainer and stared at the floor. "I was just so angry. Angry at you. Angry at Mona. Angry at myself," he said labored. He at Mona. "I was angry at myself, and I was so focused on my hurt that I never noticed what I am doing to Anchen." They were all embraced in a hug of forgiveness when the living room door flung open. Anchen burst in and stopped in surprise as she saw the three grown-ups. She threw all reservations overboard and ran into 6 pairs of waiting arms. Anchen, like the grown-ups, laughed and cried while being passed from one to another. She told them how much she loves and missed them. "Ansie?" Mia questioned, a little uncertain. Anchen looked at the cute caterpillars, who was looking at her with big eyes. Anchen broke away from the grown-ups and kneeled in front of the twins. "You little rascals, I missed you guys so much," she said and hugged them. Tears were streaming down her face. "I am so sorry. I was jealous of you. I do realize now that maybe you need Mom more than I do. I will be better, I promise," Anchen promised. For the second time, the door flung open, and Brad stormed in, looking quite flustered. "Is it true? Did they—" He went quiet as he saw Anchen rising from the floor. They did find you. Oh, Anchen, you are safe, he said, and rushed over to give her a hug. I'm sorry, Anchen. I'm so sorry. I did come to look for you. I couldn't find you, he apologized. Anchen broke free from the hug. She looked at him, a defiant look in her eye. Why didn't you say anything? You just stood there, Anchen asked defiantly. It's just, well, he stuttered, trying to find the right words. I want you to go, Brad, Anchen ordered, a determined tone in her voice. But Brad tried again. Now, Brad, Anchen said with finality. Brad looked to Mona for help. She shrugged her shoulders and shook head slightly, confused as to what was happening. Brad looked at Matt, realizing that he won't get any help from Mona. Matt walked over to Brad and put his arms around his shoulders gently, guiding him to the door. Give her some time, Brad. She's been through a lot. Let her work through things at her own time. Forcing it now will not be to the benefit of anyone, Matt suggested, insightful. Brad nodded in accordance and glanced at Anchen, now in a lively conversation with her mom and dad. He turned back, his head sagging, as he walked out the door and into the fading light. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for Chapter 24. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book.